environment setup. Python environment setup. The Python environment setup. The Python environment setup. Environment setup can be categorized into three types or three parts. First one, downloading Python software. Second one is installation of Python software. And third one is Python path setup. Downloading Python software, installation of Python software, and Python path setup. First one, how to downloading Python software. How to downloading Python software. Before downloading Python software, first we need to identify which bit operating system we are using. Why we are identify our operating bit number. The Python interpreter is changing from one operating system to another operating system bit number. Basically, the operating system mainly categorized into three types in laptop or either desktop, simply Windows, Mac, and Linux. What is operating system? It is a system software which will provide the interface between the user and the computer hardware. If you want to communicate the computer hardware, we need to require one interface. That interface we are calling as an operating system. Okay, now observing very clearly how to identify which bit operating system we are using. Go to this PC option, right click and go to the properties. Here system type we are identifying 64-bit operating system. My operating system is x64 based processor, 64-bit based processor. After identify our operating system bit number, go to Python official website www.python.org. This is the Python official website. Go to Python official website www.python.org. Okay, now observing very clearly, go to Downloads tab. Select your operating system, either Windows or Mac OS or other platform. Here I am using Windows, that's why I am selecting Windows option. The Python 3 release is latest version 3.13.0 version. Here Windows installer, it is a 64-bit. Now I am selecting this one. Okay, this is the installation process. That means the downloading completed. Now installation. How to install Python software. How to install Python software. After downloading, go to Downloads tab. Double click on your application. Which application we are downloading? 3.13. Simply double click. Here two options we are getting: install now, customize installation. Okay, we can select any one option. We are selecting install now option. It will be taken as one default location. C drive, users, Lenovo, app data. This is a customized installation location. Whenever we are selecting this option, we can select our preferred location. Before that one, we are enable this option. And here also one option is available, add python.exe to path. We are also enable this option, path is automatically set up. But here I am not selecting, later I am explaining what is path, why we need to setting the path, and how to set the path I am explaining very clearly. Now here I am selecting customize installation. If any one option is missing, please enable that option and click on the next. Select the installation location. Now here I am selecting my installation location, Python 313. This is a one folder. This folder is created. Inside that folder, this interpreter is installing. At the time of installation or uninstallation, one user access control message we are getting, at that time click on yes, then only this installation process is started. This is the installation process. Okay. Next one, Python path setup. Python, how to set the Python path. How to set the Python path. Before we are going to discussing setting the Python path, first we need to understanding path. What is Python path? The Python path is nothing but our Python installation location to tells the interpreter where libraries or packages you are installing. Next one, why we need to set the Python path. After installation of Python software, by default, the Python interpreter is access only that particular installation location in our system. In which location we are installing Python software, within that particular location only we can access the Python interpreter. We can access the Python interpreter. Now simply observing very clearly, if you are using Windows, open the command prompt. If you are using Linux or Mac OS, open the terminal. Simply by typing Python, press enter. Okay, already in my system I am installing Python software, but that command is not recognizing. That means Python is not recognizing in our system. Directly Microsoft Store page will be open. Microsoft Store page will be open. Please download a Python version. But already downloading in my system, that is not recognizing. By default, where we can access only that particular location. Which location we are installing? For example, I want to change my location. Simply cd command, change directory. I want to go to backward one directory. Simply double dot cd double dot. Next one, I want to go to Python 313 folder. Now here I am trying to access Python interpreter. Now we can access the Python interpreter. Now simply here I want to print hello world. Press enter. That command is executed. X equal to 10, y equal to 20, print of x plus y, and the print of x minus y, and the print of x into y. This is the Python interactive mode. Once our work is over, I want to exit. How to exit? Control Z we are using. Control Z we are using. For suppose I want to go to D drive. Currently I am working as a C drive. Now I want to go to C drive to D drive. How to change that location? Simply D colon we are using. Now we are going to C drive to D drive. In the D drive also, I am trying to access Python interpreter. We cannot access. Again, Microsoft Store page will be open. Okay, my requirement is on top of any location in my computer, I want to try to access the Python interpreter. How to access the Python interpreter on top of any location? In that situation, first we need to set the Python path. If we want to access the Python interpreter on top of any location in our computer, we need to set the path. Okay, the Python path setup in two ways. One is a temporary purpose and second one is a permanent purpose. Temporary and permanent. Okay, temporary purpose and permanent purpose. Okay, in temporary, how to set the Python path? Simply set path equal to Python installation location. Set path equal to your Python installation location. Simply, I am open the command prompt. Okay, simply set path equal to our Python installation location. In my computer, this is my Python installation location. Copy that location. Now path is set up. Now Python we can access. Print hi, x equal to 10, y equal to 20, print of x plus y. Control Z. Again I want to go to D drive. In D drive also I am trying to access. We can access. Simply print hello. But once we can close this window, automatically path is deleted. Once we can close this window, automatically path is deleted. This is a temporary purpose. Again open the command prompt. Now again I am trying to access Python. We cannot access. Again control go to Microsoft Store page. This is a temporary purpose. And the second scenario, to set the Python path permanently. How to set the Python path permanently? Simply observing very clearly, go to this PC in our computer, go to advanced system settings, go to advanced system settings, go to environment variables, go to environment variables, go to system variables, go to system variables, go to system variables, go to path variable, and click on edit or select path variable and click on edit. Next one, click on edit text, click on edit text option and click on OK. Click on OK. Click on edit text option and click on OK. Next, observing very clearly to put semicolon and click on or to add and to add Python installation location. Simply click on OK. Click on OK. Click on OK. These steps we are following. Now observing very clearly, go to this PC, simply right click, go to the properties and go to advanced system settings. Go to advanced system settings. Go to environment variables. Go to environment variables. Here two types of variables are available. We can set the path either user variable or system variable, but we can set the path in the system variable. Any user can access anywhere, but we can set the path in the user variable only that particular user to access the Python interpreter on top of any location. That's why always prefer we can set the path, go to the system variables. Here path variable is already existed. Simply select that path variable. For suppose in your system there is no path variable, simply go to new option, variable name, path and the variable value, which value you want to require, that value we are adding here. But in my system already path variable is available. That's why simply I am selecting that path location and click on edit option. Click on edit option. Now don't select this edit option. This edit option we are selecting, only this path is deleted, like as a Java path. Simply here go to edit text. Okay, now edit option we are getting to put semicolon. Why are we are adding the semicolon? Already this path variable having different path values. I want to separate already existed path value and a newly inserted path value. Simply semicolon. After that one, we are adding your Python installation location. This is my Python installation location. And click on OK. Click on OK. And click on OK. Once we can set the path permanently, we can access the Python interpreter on top of any location in our computer at any time until you can delete the path value manually. Simply open the Python. Now we can access the Python location. This is called interactive mode. If we want to exit from this interactive mode, one option Control Z. Again, I want to go to Python interactive mode. Simply x equal to 10, y equal to 20, and again print of x into y. Again, I want to exit simply by calling exit function. Either Control Z or by using exit function. Again, I want to go to Python interactive mode simply by typing Python present x equal to 10, y equal to 20, print of x by y. Again, I want to exit by using quit function. From these three options, we are using any one, either Control Z or by calling exit function or by calling quit function. Okay, if we want to get your Python version. If we want to get your Python version, simply Python space hyphen capital V, which version we want we are installing in our system. To how to identify Python space hyphen capital V or Python space hyphen version hyphen version. This is the Python environment setup: downloading, installing, and path setup. Okay, now I want to try to implement the first Python program. I want to print hello world. How to print the hello world as a beginner level? Open the notepad. Open the notepad. Simply print hello world. Simply print hello world. We can save that file. My file name in the desktop, I am saving my file name is demo.py. Demo.py. How to save that file? .py extension. .py means that is a Python file. That is a Python source code file. Now I want to run that file. How to run that file? Open the command prompt. Open the command prompt. Simply go to that file location or Python space file name. What is that file name? Where it is available in the C drive? Under the users location, under the Lenovo location, under the Lenovo location, file under the desktop, under the desktop, file name is demo.py, or go to directly desktop location and Python space demo.py. Okay, Python space file name.py. Which file we want to execute? That file name dot Python file extension .py. Or sometimes demo, our file is not executed. Okay, compulsory .py is required. Now demo.py, now it is executed. Now one more example. Simply open the notepad. This is the default editor. Notepad is a default editor in Windows environment.